Hey everyone, happy weekend. I hope you're enjoying our live streams on Saturday. I know I am as well, so it's always great to geek out with you. Hope you're having a good weekend, getting some rest, doing some learning. So what are we doing today? Well, today I actually want to do a bit of work on LinkFree, but not just some standard coding. What we're actually doing something a bit different. We're going to take a pull request that someone's opened and they got a bit stuck, but they've done the majority of the work. And then we're going to merge it into temporary branch, and then we're going to make some tweaks, and then do some of your ideas. I've got a few ideas of how we could tweak this, and where we put it in the app, and then also, and then hopefully get it merged all within the time frame of the live stream. What is the issue? Well, so what is the pull request? It's so many amazing community members are creating content on LinkFree, and we've got a Markdown file where they could add their name, their date, and a link to their resource to give them a bit of credit for their content they've created. But I feel as a Markdown file in the root of the project is not getting enough attention, so I want to move it into the actual app, into the LinkFree app. So let's see how we do on that. So why don't you? I'll share the link to the pull request in the chat, and I'll catch up with the chat. I see lots of people are arriving already as well. So thank you all for joining. So let me bring this up on the screen more as well, so you can see it. So who have we got here? We've got Kevin. How you doing, Kevin? And Kyle was first as well. Kyle, awesome to have you here. Good to have you here, Kevin, as well. Hey, Praduma, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Hi, Amit. Hi, Chinmay. Chinmay, I have some good and some bad news. So the good news is I haven't looked at your, well, it's not good news, but I haven't looked at your pull request yet, the dark mode. The good news is I will look at it tomorrow. I really want to get that sorted and get that finished. You've put a lot of effort into it, so thank you so much. A little bit of a bad news is I'm actually toying with the idea of going back to the Next theme library, because I saw the code that you added and I didn't realize it was going to be so much. So don't hate me. But we can chat about that in Discord. If you're around tomorrow, let's do a bit of collaboration and let's try and get that PR merged. I did notice some of the buttons in dark mode didn't appear. I think we can make them a little bit lighter. But yeah, again, we can iron that out as well. But thank you for all your amazing work on that as well. Let me bring some of these messages up on screen as well. Okay. Sean, awesome to have you here. Thank you so much. Always being super supportive. Thank you. And it's always great to geek out everyone here as well. Question about docs. I want to host docs for Go project. Which is a better approach? Interesting. I think there's a few options. That's a really, really good question. I think there are a few options for documentation. Separate site, which has been around for a long time, and there's lots of tools you can use. But actually, Carl from EddieHub got me into putting the docs within the same site, so within the app. The only downside is you have to deploy the app when you make a change to the docs. But with Kubernetes and Docker and so forth, I don't think it's such an issue. You know, there's no downtime and so on. So I actually do like putting it as part of the app, and everything's in one place. And when someone makes a feature change or a bug fix, whatever it is, they can update the tests, they can update the documentation. It doesn't always happen, but at least there is more of the opportunity to practice that. And then Dan says, make sure to create a test that enables dark mode. Yes, very true. Our tests on LinkFree have gone, and Storybook have gone a bit kind of by the wayside. So it's something that is on my list of things to do. Hopefully others can help as well. At least, I think in terms of automated testing, I think we should at least just test that every page loads without an error and click on them, the most important features. Like if just make sure they work, and then we can add more later on. So absolutely right. Okay, cool. Thank you so much for understanding. Yeah, it was a tough one, and I've been toying. That's why I didn't write anything today. I was like, let me just think about it a bit more to see. I didn't realize so much code was going to be needed. So today, let's get started. So I've actually got a challenge for all of you, because I solved this yesterday, but it just felt really not right. So I've got this pull request, and it looks pretty good. Like I said, it was moving the Markdown file into the app, but they've committed the package lock, which I could merge all of this into a temporary branch and revert the package lock. But the issue I have is that there's a conflict now, so I actually can't hit merge and I can't resolve. And if I resolve on the command line, I don't have permissions to push to their fork to fix this. So my way with doing this was, was to merge in their pull request on the command line. I think that's how I did it the other day. I'm hoping there's a better way to it. But let's have a quick look at the changes and see what you think. So this, they moved the no code changelog into the docs directory and called it contributors changelog. I don't know if there's a better word for that, contributors resources, I don't know, something like that, which is great. And they've just added the imports and also the export, which is perfect. So now it works as an MDX file, and then they've also added it to the documentation as well. I think they added it at the end, maybe we move it around. So that's what we've got. I think in the docs section it makes sense. I would like maybe to promote a link to this somewhere else, but we could do that later on again. That could, we could see how this goes and improve it further. Let's have a look. Follow-up question. So how would you host it when you have docs in the docs folder and format? So if it's by itself, the docs, you can probably host it on GitHub Pages quite easily. But if it's within an app like NextJS or Node or Go, then you can't host it on GitHub Pages. Although you could have a GitHub action that pulls out that part of the project and deploys it to GitHub Pages. I would probably just deploy it to the same place you're deploying your app if you have it all in one place. It depends if you like the separation of just like the Go project being Go and then MDX or MD files being somewhere else. But I feel, to be honest, I think having them in the same project absolutely makes sense. Hopefully that answered that question. If not, let me know. Okay, so my thinking is let's try and get this merged to a temporary branch, and then we can fix this and take a better look. So the issue we have, let me bring up my terminal. No one's given me another solution how to do this, so you're going to see me struggle. But hopefully there is a better way to do this. So if I go to downloads, repos, EddieHub, and then LinkFree. Oh, I'm currently in a branch. Let me see. Let me just commit that, and then we'll come back to this. Don't want to lose that. This was just some notes, it's fine. So we can just do docs. This is for the forms for LinkFree, which is, because of the files, it's becoming quite challenging because there's so many different conditions and different files. So yeah, a bit challenging, but still fun. Manage forms. Manage data with forms. Okay, that's fine. Let's just commit one file. We're good. And I get asked for a password. You probably won't unless you're using GPG keys. Okay, right, so let me go back to the main branch and let's just do a pull and make sure we're up to date. Let me make this a bit bigger still for you. Maybe if they like that, is that better? Okay, so we've pulled in all the latest changes. It's easy to fix. Just go to their repo and open in Gitpod. Oh, really? Because I want to regenerate the package log file, so I really don't care what is in there. So if we accept theirs or accept the main or even just leave the conflicts in there, I will just recreate a new one. I didn't realize you could fix it. With Gitpod, I always have an issue making commits. That's interesting. Okay. You're going to have to show me this, Paduma, but I don't know if now is the right time, as in you're not on the live stream. You're welcome to join, of course, you're always welcome to join. Yeah, or I can try and do it and you can try and guide me. Let's have a look. Let's try and do that first. I'm quite excited about this. So if I open in Gitpod, let's have a look. Go to their repo and open in Gitpod. So I'm opening their fork, so their pull request in Gitpod. Is that correct? Or do I need to go to their actual repo and do it from there? Let me know. Let's see. What do you all think in the chat? Hopefully this will be good to compare to see if it's easier, because there's one issue I have when I can't resolve it, the conflict within the browser. And people, I can say to people I can help them, but then I have this whole top permissions issue. So this is going to be quite interesting. Okay, let's go. Okay, so I could just run npm install, or I could merge in main into their branch, then run npm install, and that should fix it. I'll let it finish running its thing. Okay, probably a bit small for all of you on the screen, isn't it? Hopefully that's a bit bigger. Just thinking about it, almost done. Can I zoom in a bit more? Oh, I can, here we go. Okay, Playwright's installing, it's going to take a minute. Well, while that's doing, oh no, I think it's done. Okay, we're done. Preview, I don't need to preview it. Once I've merged it into temporary branch, then I'll preview it. So first thing I want to do is resolve the conflicts. So if I exit that, I do a get status. This is annoying, go away. Turn off Grammarly. Okay, go away. Why can't I move this? Over there. Okay, so let's have a look. Hey Moo, we are merging in a pull request on the LinkFree project that's got a conflict. We'll try and resolve it first, and then we'll get to some coding and tweaking that PR so we can get it merged in and deployed out. So let's have a look. Hey Carl, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Long time no see. Hope you're having fun. So if I do git merge main, will that work? We'll have to do origin main. Let me see, let's just try this and see. Conflict, okay, does that work? So it does have access to, so that's perfect. So I do npm install and I can just overwrite that package log file. And Carl, you might better help me with the git pod stuff. So why does it say merging? I haven't seen that before. But let me, that should be fine now. So if I git add package lock, and we can just double check no conflicts in here just by scanning it. It's a huge file, but I don't see anything marked as conflicts. Okay, so now can I commit this? Is that what you're saying, Praduma? Oh wow, Carl, I can't wait to hear more about it. That sounds awesome and exciting. Yeah, you have to tell us what technology is going to be using, who the company is, and you start on Monday, so like in 2 days. Yeah, it's great news. And did open source help? I'm sure it did. Open source always helps. Okay, so you're saying yes, there's a committed to here. So okay, if I go git commit, there's a partial commit, so do this, and I'll just say merged main into, what was the branch called? The branch was called, it was just their name. Okay, let's just call it that name to be consistent. And resolved conflicts. It's an open source company. That has made my day, so that's amazing to hear that. Thank you so much, Carl. Hey Ankil, how you doing? Right, okay, so I want to commit this. I don't see how it's going to know that it's me committing it. Okay. Okay, so I've done that, and so you're saying I can push this now, Praduma? This is going to be awesome if this works. So what, git push, would it be origin? What are my git remotes? Okay, so origin is theirs and upstream is the original repo. Okay, so you're saying I can push to their origin? Really? Okay. That worked. What? What? How have I never known about this before? So let me scroll down. There should be a new commit, merge main, and resolve conflicts. Unverified because it doesn't have my keys. And then that should be have no conflicts. Why is that saying it's got a conflict still? Why is it still saying it's got a conflict? I resolved it. Let me check. That is strange. I bet you when I did the merge, I didn't do, their main wasn't up to date. So that's what it was. Is there no update Let me see if there is no way to update their branch. No, okay, I'll do it manually. Got to remember the commands now. Does anyone remember these? Git fetch upstream, right? If I remember correctly. Okay, and then git merge. Oh my god, I so forget. I check the GitHub docs. GitHub keep fork up to date. I can't remember what I searched for. Syncing a fork. That's the one. Well, I won't use that button because I won't have it. Oh, you can use the GitHub command line. That's pretty cool. But there is the Git way. Here we go. So check out main. And then it's git merge upstream main. I think that will just work by itself, git merge upstream. I don't think I need to switch to main. Let's find out. I'm getting a green check and it's asking for the reviewer with write access. A green check, is it like an orange that says like the maintainers have to do approve and run? I think if you're contributing to a project for the first time, that does come up. Let's see. Conflicts, okay, so that's good. So we wanted those conflicts and now I can resolve them. It feels like again, but I didn't check the list before. So if we do npm install, just obliterate the package lock file. Sounds good, Carl. Yeah, when you get back into the flow of things, it would be good to geek out with you again. So if we do git add package lock, and now I'll do a commit again. We're going to squash these anyway, so it doesn't really matter that it's going to be the same message. And then push. I still didn't know you could push to someone else's fork. I mean, this is just like... So now, hopefully, the conflict is now gone. Yes, it is. The merge blocked because I requested a review. So what we're going to do now is I can close Gitpod, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open a new tab for LinkFree. I'm going to create a new branch, and we'll say contributors docs or file docs. No, it's a file. Contributors. It's not contributors. It's content resources. Community resources. I want to give more people a shout out for their awesome work. So what I'm going to create that community resource. Should be resources, but that's fine. I'm going to go back to here and I'm going to refresh this page. Yeah, it is way, way simpler. I didn't know that you could do that, so that was super interesting. So thank you so much. In the first 5 minutes of the live stream, we're already learning something new, so I love that. I knew I was going to learn something new, a lot of new things today, but in the first few minutes, so happy about that. Community resource, and it'll be exactly the same as main, so there won't be any conflicts, there shouldn't be any issues, it should be exactly the same. Yeah, and I want to squash it and merge it into there, and then we'll make the changes that we need, and I can run it locally, etc. So, I'm not even going to wait for these to finish running. Don't tell anyone I said that. I'm just going to go straight in. So we'll say feature, move community resources to docs. Again, I don't know if docs is quite the right place, but we'll figure that out. Oh, good question. Good question, Carl. What's the next big thing? Well, the next big thing, actually, let me quickly show you because I'm quite excited about this. LinkFree. So recently, I don't know if you've seen in the changelog, if you click on the version number, you can see we've had the playground added. We've got a dedicated full domain at linkfree.io. The profile QR code is downloadable. You've got a profile progress bar. So if you go to account, you've got this progress bar on how complete your profile is. If you've got testimonials and events and so forth. And if you haven't, it tells you which ones you're missing, which is pretty cool. But the thing that I think is very, very cool. And I think a lot of people are asking for this. If I just head to pull requests, I put a draft pull request. I worked on it like throughout the night. But where is it, Eddie? Manage data with the forms. So I've got a few more forms to do, but this is kind of what it's starting to look like. That's what it's starting to look like. So if you've got a file, it gives you a warning at the top to say you're going to use these forms, but now your file's redundant, and then you can switch between the database and the file if you want. Although it's got some extra code to deal with that, which is a bit like painful. It tells you your URL, so in this case it's localhost because that's where I'm doing it. But I haven't done any of the others. I haven't done links, tags. If anyone wants to help and geek out and pair on it, let me know. you're all more than welcome to create contributions to my open pull request, the draft one. But I've got all these other sections to do next. But yeah, great question. Okay, so now this is merged. I want to keep this open, and so I can see the changes. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to revert the package lock back to what was in main, because we don't need changes to that. And then we're going to look at these files. Thank you so much, Kevin. We've got some awesome ideas coming out. It's going to be great, and I have some exciting news to share in about 2 weeks for LinkFree, so I can't wait. So definitely watch this space. Thank you so much, Debjit. Hopefully I pronounced your name right. Thank you. Thanks, Praduma. Yeah, I'm not very good at the design side, but I thought if I get it functional, something working, then we can design it up. Thank you. I think we can do a bit more of a push as well if we've got forms. People will get green squares, but there are some people who update their profile quite a lot and they just want a form. And we have dark mode coming out. Chinmay has done a dark mode, there's a PR open for it, so hopefully we'll get that merged in the next 1 to 2 days as well. And Praduma has a PR open as well. Okay, cool. Yes, Apparite is sponsoring us, which is great. So that, at least that covers our hosting costs now. So that's really, really good, because hosting has been climbing on that. Yes, we haven't moved to Kubernetes yet to keep costs down, but so using the app on DigitalOcean, which is really quite expensive. So that's really good, covers the costs for all EddieHub's apps, not just LinkFree, so that's great. And then we can even scale LinkFree furthermore if we needed to. So yeah, that's cool. So yeah, it was really good news. We have some more good news coming out soon as well. Okay, so we're in the main branch. So let me just do a pull again, and then we're going to switch to our new branch, which is not this one, which we called, well actually we should see it here. It will tell us what we pull down. Hope everyone's following along. Any questions, let us know. Any tips on GitHub Octernship? Oh, I'm not aware of that. Could you give us a bit more information on it? And maybe someone can help. So we can see now community resource branch came out. So git checkout. Carl, before you arrived, I was saying how you've got me into the idea of putting the docs into the app, which I think is super exciting. So now we're in this branch with that person's npm run dev. Let me see, or is it running already? It might be running already in another terminal. Yes, it is. Okay, so if I bring, actually, you know what, we can just bring it here. So if I bring localhost 3000 up, let's have a look. So we could go to the docs. I think it should be up here on the main navigation, so I don't think this is the right place to put it. Community resources. Again, I want to really push the community's resources. So we've got all these people who've created content on it. We've got Bilal on there. I think Dean's done some stuff, and so have some others as well. So we'll encourage people to do that, and then it's a link to their resource, which I think is great. So I do want to push this a bit further. Someone maybe put a link, or maybe have docs as a drop down and pick out our favorite parts of the docs, like quick start, and then content creators. I might just rename that to content creators. I don't know what you all think. Let me bring my ID up as well. And let's have a look and see what we got. So, in docs, and then we are contributors changelog. So this is that file. So let me know what you think as well. Let's have a look. So if I doing the extra spacing, examples, so no code contributions. Is that still a good title? Maybe we should write a bit about it. These are from pairing sessions or creating content, for example, blogs, videos, live streams, etc. I do want to say not Twitter though, because otherwise it would just be too much. Like every time someone would tweet, they put a link to it. I think it would just be too many pull requests. And then why has that put that down there? I don't need that. Okay. So yes, that is what I'm thinking, and we can see how this looks as well. Let's see how it looks in the browser. So you've got a bit of extra text up here and this down here. Does this give the people enough publicity? I don't know. Again, we can improve on it further, but just getting it out of the root of the project, I think, is a big improvement. I don't know what you all think. Let me know. Thank you so much, Kevin. I can't take credit for the docs. I think I started them, and with help from Carl as well. I think Carl started them actually with all the MDX stuff, and I started the sections, and then other people have really built up those sections and so forth. Praduma, whenever you want, let me know. I think it'd be super interesting. Let's do it. If you want to do next Saturday, let me know. We'll do the live stream this time next Saturday. Message me afterwards and let's arrange it. So Marvin has a question about updating data after the initial PR. Maybe it's worth waiting. I'm not sure I understand the question, but we do have docs on quick start guide when you're creating it for the first time. But we do also have editing, and there is a video as well to watch. But then we do have docs on how to update your fork and edit your profile as well. Do you want me to share that in the chat, actually? Well, that's localhost, that's not going to work. Let me go to LinkFree. Docs, there we go. Let me put that in the chat if that helps, Marvin. I hope that answers your question. If not, let me know. Okay, so we can close that. Right. That was a screenshot of where we're going. Yeah, so again, I want more publicity of people who are creating content. Praduma, why haven't you put your project in here as well? We should actually put that in the notes, right? That blogs, videos, it could also be GitHub repos, right? Because you've got your GitHub repo. So I think that is a really good idea to add that to here as well. Resource link, I wonder if we have a column for like type. But yeah, your CLI would be a good project to add to this. Again, I want to get maximum publicity for this page. I'm not sure how to do that, but we'll iterate and we'll improve on it, and we'll get there. Yes, it will be another PR. So once your PR is merged, then to make another edit, you need to create a new PR. But you need to update your fork first. And also, if you've made a PR, it is in for the first time for the profile, or you're now editing your profile, if anyone requests changes and you agree with the changes and you want to make the changes, you don't need to make a new PR. You could just add it to the existing open PR. So I hope that helps. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So we should get this merged in. Let's see. So what we can do is I can raise a pull request for this actually. So I do git status, and you all can review it. How are all your like code review stats looking on GitHub? Maybe you need to review this to get some more stats. So let's have a look. So we do git commit pages docs contributor changelog. Contributor changelog. Should we rename that? What do you think? Contributors changelog. But it's not contributors because everyone thinks of code when they think of contributors. I don't know what we can feature. Move resources, community resources to docs. So yeah, I don't know. Do you think we should rename that file? What do you think? Marvin, you're more than welcome. Yeah, there's too many things to add, definitely. But add a few. You should definitely. I think you should add your project as well. We need to get some more stars and contributors to your project. Although I know you did a great pairing session with someone, which looked really awesome. I was kind of jealous I didn't get to geek out with you both. But what do you think? Everyone think of that file? The name, contributors changelog. Community resources just seems a bit better. Community resources. I don't know, I like that. And maybe community resources. If anyone needs any green squares, by the way, I noticed something today that I think in some of the files in the services directory, they don't have the shortcut, like the @config, that you can kind of see up here. So if anyone wants to get green squares, then @components, excuse me, @config, @models. If anyone wants to check the service directory, I mean, I can do it, but I just thought someone might want some green squares. Let us know. Yes, rename. Okay, brilliant. Good to know. Good to know. Okay. Sounds good. Well, let's commit that now. So I'm happy with that. Oh, I renamed it. Did it work? Wait a second. Let me just hit status. No, so I need to add it first. So that could have been a funny commit. So if I just add pages, yeah, because the other two files I want to ignore aren't in pages, so it should be fine. And then I can double check it. And you can see we've deleted one and renamed and added another one. And then I can do the commit, same commit message. Here we go. And I can push it to that branch, raise a pull request, and you all can review it as well. Again, mention any ideas that you think of to get more publicity to this. I think a drop-down. But then drop-downs on mobile, I don't like drop-downs. They don't work very well on mobile. Something we're going to think about when we do the, the whole, I've renamed the file now, so that's why. When we do this section, like how do you get to this page, not account, because we'll have a stats, and then we'll have manage your accounts. It might have to be a drop-down. We'll have to have a think and see. Okay, let me raise a pull request. I'm not going to fill it out. Very bad. I should actually mention what PR it was related to. So I should say it was kind of tidying this up. Oh, did I fix the... Oh, I didn't fix the package lock, did I? No. Yeah, so package lock I need to fix. Eddie, very bad. Thought you were all pairing with me, why didn't you tell me? I will say it's no issue, but finished off PR. There we go. And let me sort out, I've got to remember how to do this now. So to fix that package lock, because if I do a diff with main, I don't want the package lock in there. So what I can do is I can go git checkout main dash dash dash, 2 dashes, not 3, package lock, and it should reset it to what's in main. And so now if I go diff, git diff main, you can see it is no longer there. So perfect, so let me commit that. So we can say package lock, fix, undid, is that a word? I don't know. Remove changes to log file. Right, let's commit that and push it, and let's get this merged. I'm going to just push this now, and I'm going to look at the chat, and I bet you I've missed something else, and you've all pointed out. That's what usually happens. Okay, so this should be building as well. No, don't squash it yet. Okay, let's have a look at the chat. What did I miss? Presumably you could create a CLI to add them for you. True. Yeah, I wonder if we stored the content in the database and exposed it via an API, you could do something similar things like that. Glad you're feeling better, Dan. It sucks to be like unwell. I think I might have found a bit of an issue. Every time I refresh the page, it straight away goes to this form. So no, cancel. Not yet. Let those tests run. Okay, well, that's pretty good. While that's going, should we look at Produma's PR as well? I think I caught a glimpse of the notification. Let's have a look. Got an approval. What was the issue? Update the LinkFree CLI docs to new GIF. Okay, cool. And let's have a look. Put a link on that. Great. Sounds good. And you got the screenshot, which is great. Let's merge that. I'm trying to multitask here, which is really bad for me. I always get it like so wrong when I multitask. Okay, so that's done. Or did that? Let me just check it closes the issue. Sometimes it doesn't always close the issue. Let's have a look. Okay, it did. Good. How is this pull request doing? Okay, still going. Still going. Oh yeah, that's true. You could do diff the actual file name. That's a good point. Yes, you don't have to go scroll through. I love these conversations because I forget about so many commands and ways to do things, and then geeking out with you all. I get to see what other people use and so on. So thank you. That's really good. Nope, don't want to, not just yet. Cancel. Wait for that to finish running. So what's that? Let's talk a bit more about LinkFree while I have a drink, a nice green Fanta. So any ideas people have got for LinkFree? Obviously, we've all had loads of ideas batting around, like floating around over the months. Like, what are your latest ideas? See where it's gone. Where can you see where it goes? Let me know your thoughts. Oh yeah, Git is massive. I only need probably 6 or 8 commands that I use most of the time. Is it still running? Let me give a page another refresh. Let's see. Okay, last one. Cancel that, I'm not merging it just yet. We can get this merged, get it deployed, and then I can actually see LinkFree. It's 105 so 1.105.3. So we'll bump that up again. I actually need to add a screenshot to the stats page. Who else needs a green square? We've got some green squares for everybody, but we need, I think, another entry under here. Oops, here underneath, which is the stats one. Where should we put that? I think just at the bottom probably makes sense. Yeah, I think we need a stats photo as well. Who wants that? Linktree doesn't seem to allow following others. It's true, and that's something that I want to do on Linkfree. I want to be able to follow people, so when they update their profile with a new link or a new event, you get notified. But first, we need to get the forms up, and then we can start following people. I think that'd be good. It'd be start turning into a social platform. One of my kind of crazy ideas for the later this year, for the future, like a bit way into the future, not just yet, is having like a stand-up, kind of like a Twitter, but daily stand-up. So, what I've done today, so what I did yesterday, what I've done today, if you're stuck on something, and I don't know, share a tip or something like that, just to get people not thinking it as content creation, more as documenting their journey, and then people can follow each other as well. So kind of like a mini social platform. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, following people and so forth. Yeah, it will be a lot of performance. Definitely plays a key factor in that. People have said, how can we get chat? Just trying to think. People are trying to think of how to get ways to get ChatGPT involved, but I don't think we need it. Yeah, I mean, imagine someone gets thousands and thousands of followers, and yeah, it would be nice, but it might make the application quite complicated and bloated. But let's see, we can slowly step in that direction. We could even, to make it simpler, we could even have it so, like with the timeline idea, that it only keeps like a month worth of data and then just kind of drops off the end as like a rolling window of a month. So there's things that we can do. But actually I need to raise that issue for this screenshot I just mentioned. Let's have a look. Documentation is on the website. I don't know if it's considered documentation. Statistics, screenshot added to features on homepage. I can even drop in I can even take a screenshot and add it in, and then someone else can use it. Let me just make that a bit smaller, I think, for the screenshot. Doesn't need to be so big. You're missing some of the links underneath, but I think that's fine. Don't want to make it too big. Okay. And I would just drop that in there. Maybe an animated GIF for the homepage one day. Why can't I drag and drop it? Can you not drag and drop a file over screens? Oh, you can. Okay, there we go. Done. Submit. Oh, I didn't change the labels. Code. I don't know, interface. 1 point, ready for dev. Oh, good first issue probably. Where's good first issue? Good. I should write more steps for good first issue, so don't copy me on that. Okay, where have we got to? This must have finished by now, right? It has finished. Okay, we're ready to merge? April Fool's joke. Yeah, it's still 1st of April for me, but I thought it's only up until like midday, but with time zone definitely gets more confusing. Yeah, I've been avoiding a bit of Twitter today because of all the jokes that have been going on. Okay, let's squash this. Let's get this deployed. So we can say feature, community resources. Community content resources. Okay, let's get that merged. Did it get approved, or did I just merge something without it being approved? I think I just merged something without being approved. I didn't even check it. I think we're good. Whew. I think we're good. No, I did something wrong. I did something wrong. In the index.js, I renamed the file and I forgot to rename it. This is why you always need someone to review your work, because then you'll mess it up like I just did. Okay, let me go back to main and let me do a pull and fix that. Unless anyone else wants to fix it. Does anyone else need a green square? Let me know. You're more than welcome to fix it. As long as it's fixed now, because I don't want to go to sleep with it broken. Okay. Let me see the chat. Does anyone else want to fix it? Select auto delete branches from settings. Oh, after they've been merged. That's quite a good idea, actually. Let me, thank you, Priyanka. I should do that as well. Let me fix this first. If there are no takers, I'll quickly fix this now. So what we want to do is go to index. Again, this is hidden way at the bottom, which I don't really want, but we'll try and improve it later on. And it was called community resources. About community resources and their collaborations. Okay, so let's have a look. We didn't pray to the pair programming god. So true. So let me create a new branch, and this is fixing Eddie's community resources. Right, I should actually test it out. Let me just quickly test it out before no, localhost. Before I mess it up again. Yeah, it worked, okay. I wonder, just thinking, getting started, there's a space there for community resources. That would be a bit higher up than right at the bottom. Yeah, I like that. Actually, let's move that. While we're on it, let's move it. What do you all think? I still want to promote it even further somewhere else. But for now, I think this is a good start. So it'll be in the first section, and it will be at the end. Under here in pages. So we got there, I think. Let's have a look. So it's gone from the bottom, and it should appear at the top. Community resources. Cool, perfect. It actually worked. Okay, just when you're supposed to say you're not surprised that it worked. Of course it worked. So git status, git commit pages. Oh, can't spell pages. Oh, still can't spell pages. Okay, and we'll say fix community resources link. And while that's building, we can check the settings as Priyanka suggested as well. So let's raise a pull request quickly. Pull request. Oh, we're under 20 pull requests. Cool. Let me just check the files change, make sure I haven't committed anything I shouldn't have done. I think it looks better now. wait for that to run, and then we'll go to settings and see what we can change. Let's have a look. Whereabouts is it? Automatic delete head branches. Delete branches will still be able to be restored. Yeah, sounds good. Let's do that. Good call. We'll test it out now and see. Okay, let's go back to here. Wait for this to finish running, and then we can test it out. Cool new feature. Ah, you don't like it. The reason why I like it is because even if I want to make an extra change, like say I've merged something in, I think, oh, I need to add something, I still delete that branch and create a new one because we squash the commits and the histories won't match. I might try it for a bit and see if it doesn't work, but I think it's only for the maintainers, because for people who have it in their forks, it won't delete those, I don't think. It'll only delete. But if it did delete those, I don't know if it does, I don't know if someone was tested out, but the good thing about that is then people won't reuse the same branch and then get conflicts with themselves when they're updating their profile. Yes, we're using NextJS. NextJS, Mongo, and Tailwind CSS. I'll drop a link to the project in the chat as well. It should be in the description, but let me drop it in the chat as well. Yeah, you're probably right. Let's give it a go and see what people think and how it goes. And then there's the website link as well. Okay, cool. So, is this finished running yet? Not yet. How time flies when you're having fun. We'd be like almost going for an hour already. I need to organise some Twitter spaces on open source. We're going to get more and more people geeking out with us in LinkFree. Could we do a LinkFree open source Twitter space? I don't know if anyone would join. We could try that and pin LinkFree at the top. Maybe once we've got the forms working and people can use the forms, otherwise we'll get a massive influx of PRs. But then that would mean more people contributing to open source, which is quite good. How's everyone else's weekend going, by the way? Still running, still running. And what other pull requests have we got going on? Produmas is merged. I'll have to have a look through these as well. Okay, should be done soon, hopefully. Yeah, and I think sometimes they forget though to switch back to the main, update it. And then they'll just use an old branch. They've got all their historic commits, but they were already squashed in. And I think it just, gets a bit confusing. If you look at my, I don't know if I want to show you this. Look at this. How many branches they got locally I just haven't deleted yet. Like there's just pages and pages. Again, not the remotes. But I do need to clear up these branches. I think there must be a command for it to clear up branches that aren't on GitHub, because I push most branches. Probably should check first. But yeah, I do push most branches. So need to see. How's that build going? It's going to be finished now, right? One last refresh. No, still running. Okay. Yeah, everyone's workflows, I think Git and GitHub and all those different tools are also flexible, that everyone has a different workflow, which is not so good if you want to kind of collaborate with people. And I mean, it's good to give people the options, but then I also think when you try to talk to someone, they'll say, oh, I do it this way. And you're like, oh, I do it this way. Not necessarily one is better, or maybe for certain situations it is, but it's harder to kind of compare notes and help each other out. Use git fetch prune a. Produma, you are the CLI king. You know every command. Okay, so that will ditch any local branch that isn't in the repo. So I better check I don't need any first, but I will give that a go. Hey Graham, long time no see. It will delete all merged branches. Okay, cool. Graham, how are you? How are things going? We need some accessibility checks from you and Emma on LinkFree so we can make sure it's still accessible. Okay, I want to merge it. Hasn't got any approval. So shh, hopefully I don't break anything this time. And let's see. So once it's deployed, it will bump the version number. It already bumped to that one, so it will bump again, I think, as well. Interactive rebase plus a squash. Yeah, I think rebase, if you've got conflict, lots of conflicts, it will help. But if you're going to squash it, then it's probably not needed as well. So it's just, again, find that balance. There's just so many ways to do things. So many ways. Yeah. So I'm probably going to end the stream shortly because it's the weekend. I want all of you to get some rest. But any other questions you have for me before we sign off? Who hasn't got a LinkFree profile yet? Graham, do you have a LinkFree profile? Shall we see if we can find Graham? Let's have a look. Search. Nice. Okay, that's good. I'll have to give that a go. Oh yeah, the Elephant Sanctuary was a few weeks ago. Our content, Sarah's planned it weeks in advance. So you'll see Elephant Sanctuary, then you'll see Japan, and then you'll see back to Thailand again. You do not. Okay, so we use a ban block Graham. No Graham found. You need one. All the cool people have one. Look, if I search for cool people, you can see Praduma. See, cool person. There you go. And now we've got this download QR code, which is pretty cool. I like how Praduma has open source projects here. I need to do something like that as well. That's very, very cool. I like it. Pretty nice. Yeah, everyone unfollow Graham, block, ban. No, I'm just joking. Graham's good. I hope you're doing well, Graham. I hope we can catch up again soon. And we should do some Twitter Spaces soon as well. We were just talking, I think just before you joined, about I haven't done Twitter Spaces. I haven't done Twitter Spaces in probably like a month. I miss them. So I think we should organise an open source related-ish one. It's always needed, Graham. I'm just teasing. All right, everyone. I think that has been deployed. Let me see. Not yet. It's still deploying out, but that's fine. It's documentation. We know it's going to work. Well, because at the moment it won't work. If I go to the bottom down here, it's still at the bottom. And if I go, it will show a 404. So it will appear at the top here, and it will work. So we just need that to say 106.1, I think. Hey, and I'm going to pronounce your name wrong. I'm so sorry. It's late for me. Ananya, did I pronounce that okay? How you doing? Thanks for joining us. Hope you're well. Great to see you geeking out on LinkFree as well on GitHub. Hey Graham, don't you always, in Twitter Spaces, always tease and bully people? We're just getting our own back. Let's see. If we can see this deployed before we close the live stream. Let's have a look. I do have a DigitalOcean tab somewhere, which has like a kind of estimated time on it. Let me see. It's down on my lower screen. Let me have a look. It says about 2 more minutes to see this deployed. Well, you know what? You could all check it after the live stream. And then don't forget I raised the issue as well if anyone wants to add the screenshot that I've put in the issue to this page as well. Just so I think they alternate. So I don't know how we'll slot one in there. It might have to go to the end to be a bit easier. Just at the end. So yeah, just some thoughts on that. Glad you're doing well. I'm glad you're having a good weekend. Graham's always causing trouble. Everyone, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and come and geek out with us in the EddieHub Discord so we can geek out between live streams and videos. I'm practically there every day chatting with you all. It's amazing. I love seeing you all collaborate. Just want to say thank you so much for joining today. I really appreciated it, especially on your weekend. Now go get some rest and contribute to open source as well. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you in Discord. Bye. Okay, wait a second. Praduma said try the command. He really wants... Didn't mean to hit spacebar. I did not know that happens in StreamYard. But Praduma, are you still there? Shall I try the command? Okay, I'm a bit nervous. Have I pushed everything? I think I've pushed everything. Okay. Let's just go back to main and let's just pull everything latest. I'm so scared. I'm gonna lose all my work. Okay, you're still here. Okay, good. Let's try. What was the command again? Let me scroll up and see. How have I gone past it? I don't know. Pretty, you might need to remind me what the command was. I can't see it in the chat. Oh, here we go. Okay, so let's see. Clear my terminal. Git fetch prune delete all my work ever created. This wipes your computer. A. Okay. A bit nervous. It even asks for a password. Well, it's doing a fetch, I suppose. So. Okay, so maybe that is cleaned up. So I go git branch A. Still has quite a lot. I wonder what all these are. These are the ones I've checked out locally. I think most of these can go, if not all of them can go. Maybe another command for that. Yes. Well, I will check. Actually, no, I'll have a Google now. I'm in the mood for deleting stuff. I'm joking, I'm not. And you can see now it's 0.1, and you can see it is community resources here, and you can see all the resources the community have created, and so don't forget to add yours as well. Right, let's see. Git delete local branch not on remote. Let's have a look. Where's a good trusty one? Stack Overflow. I always avoid the Stack Overflow ones. I just find they're so out of date. Git remote prunes tracking branches not on the remote. Now, what do you think? Git remote prune origin? Prunes tracking branches not on the remote. Okay. Be careful. Deleting branches listed by git branch merge. The list could include master branch. Well, if it's local, you can always pull it back down again. That's fine, I think. What does everyone else think? We just deleted the origin once for safety. Do a fresh checkout. What? We deleted origin? Git remote v. No, we've got origin. We're okay. And we've got main. So if we do git log and have the commit, yeah, that happened today. There we go. There's my fix. No, we're good. We're good. But we do have a lot of branches that I definitely don't need anymore. Graham has the simplest solution to make sure it's safe. And also Marvin says do a fresh checkout or clone. Yes, I agree. Again, just that's a really good way just to kind of start again. You're right. Actually, I like that. Yeah. On today's episode, Eddie tries command not to wipe his computer. Yeah, so you're right. I could just clone the project again and keep this. I could either do Graham's one, take a copy of this, or this is my copy, and then I just take a new clone, and then if I'm happy with the clone, just delete this. I mean, that's pretty good. I know my forms branch hasn't been completely pushed yet, but there was just some comments anyway in there. But maybe. No, merge origin branches, I mean. No worries. I need to probably go get a drink and get some rest before I do like rm minus, like this, right? Sudo rm minus rf /. Oh my God, imagine I hit enter instead of delete. Well, hopefully it would have asked for a sudo password first. Everyone, have a great weekend. Thank you so much for sticking around. I really appreciate it. This time I am definitely gonna go though. Bye everyone. Thank you.